That's fatal.
What is going on, Proper Squad? Fatal Steven here. Welcome to another WWE 2K22 video. In this one here, I'm going to be talking about all the cut content and hidden files that has been discovered so far in the game files of WWE 2K22. Now, since WWE 2K22 has been up for a little bit, PC players have been able to check the game files and see what they could find, and they found some pretty interesting stuff actually. Some of these stuff will be quite upsetting because it's proof that we could have had some awesome stuff, but we're not going to get that anymore, unfortunately. Let's start off with some small stuff. We got a blocky body attire set. You know how we've had this blocky body set before. I believe in 2K20 and 2K19 we've had this, probably in previous games as well. And as you can see, what's the status over here has found that there's the blocky attire, and he put it looks like on top of Alexa Bliss. So yeah, we got blocky attires. Now we're not sure if this will be able to be uploaded on the community creations, but that would be great if someone could upload this blocky set so that we can just copy attire onto any superstar we want. But we got a blocky set here, you know, maybe we can make Minecraft Steve sometime. Moving on to more small stuff, we have proof that Daniel Bryan was going to be in the game, but obviously he probably cut last second when he moved over to AEW. We have two signs here that say, I still believe in Daniel Bryan, and then the second sign that says, don't lose hope, Daniel Bryan. Well, I'll tell you right now, the community has lost hope, 2K. Okay, we lost hope already. Okay. Yeah, so very unfortunate we didn't see Daniel Bryan in the game. You know, I get it. He went to AEW. But there were still a lot of other wrestlers that made it in that went to AEW, like Jeff Hardy, Keith Lee, just to name a few. So it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't get Daniel Bryan. But, yep, we have Daniel Bryan signs that were in the game. Moving on, we also have proof that Ruby Riott was going to be in the game. We have what looks like an image from her Titantron that would have been part of her entrance, and it says Riott Squad right here. Thanks to What's the Status for finding this as well. So again, someone else that we should have had in the game, even though they went somewhere else, even though they went to a different promotion, they still should have been in the game. And if you're wondering what the model of Ruby Riott would have looked like, there was no model. Someone asked Status, can you show her model please? And Status replied with no model. We also have some clothing pieces for what looks like Nikki Bella. As you can see, it says Stay Fearless on the hat, and it's her iconic red hat. It says we run it, we rule it. And here's an image of what it probably would look like in game. It was probably based off of this attire here, with her having that red snapback on. Next up, we got a showcase match that was lost in time, and it explains why Rey Mysterio WCW Starrcade is in the game, but only for the next gen version. It makes sense now because that Rey Mysterio, the Starrcade version, actually had a match against Jushin Liger. Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Liger right here. WCW Starrcade, December 1996. And unfortunately, I guess they couldn't get the rights for Jushin, but they kept the Rey Mysterio Starrcade attire. Very unfortunate because this would have been a cool match. As you can see right here, it says match rewards. There was 4 match rewards unlocked, and it looks like they were titles. And then there was 3 objective rewards, probably WCW Rey Mysterio, Jushin Liger, and probably the arena, the WCW Starrcade arena. That's my guess. I'm sure this can be recreated and brought back into the game via PC mods, but don't expect to see it on the community creations. Moving on, it looks like we had a cut backstage location. As you can see in this image right here with Alexa Bliss doing her magic trick of levitation, there seems to have been a cut backstage location we could have fought in, which was probably based off one of the MyRise locations, if I recall correctly. And it looked like it was just like a little lounge area. You know, there's a table, some water bottles, a bunch of chairs, some backpacks, and I can't tell what's in the foreground, but there's probably like some extra lockers and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately we did lose this backstage arena. And again, like I said, I'm sure this could be added into the game via PC mods, but that's it, only PC mods. Next up, we have Old Road Dogg in the game. Obviously, we know Old Road Dogg is in the game since he's like one of the trainers at the Performance Center for the MyRise story. But it looks like he was actually going to be unlockable to play as in play mode. On the PC version, PC modders were able to get his entrance and see his entrance as well as his actual render that would have showed up right here. So as you can see, this is the image of his render. The funny part is that the in-game render, they didn't even bother cutting out the background because I guess it was never supposed to be used anymore. So they didn't bother even cutting out the background. But when digging through the files and adding the render onto the game, that's what it looks like right there. So Old Road Dogg was going to be playable. And here's an image of his entrance. Now his entrance is pretty much the exact same entrance of the Road Dogg entrance, but just put onto the old Road Dogg. So that was his entrance. And YouTuber Novahail Female has been uploading a lot of hidden entrances, with Old Road Dogg being one of them. So here it is, check it out.
call somebody. You damn right. You see, it's me. It's me. It's that D-O-double-G. A former tag team and intercontinental champion here in WWE. And, oh, by the way, also a member of the Hall of Fame as part of D-Generation X.
It looks like we would have had Andrade as well as Goldust in my faction mode. And for some reason, Goldust is a 90 overall. That's insane. And Andrade is an 84. I don't know why Goldust is so fucking high, to be honest. That makes no sense to me. Again, it doesn't really make any sense. Andrade should have still made the cut. Goldust should not have made the cut. He's been in AEW for a long time now. He should not have even been considered. I don't know why he was, but yeah, Goldust and Andrade in my faction. And again, no, you cannot grab these models in the game and put them in community creations. There is no models in the game. This is just the card picture that what would have been. Next up, before we get to the really big one, the really big unfortunate one, we have a Carmella unfinished attire. The attire looks really good, you know what I'm saying, guys? But her head is a little weird. As you can see, it looks like her head wasn't finished. So her hair just looks really weird. As you can see in the back of it, she has no hair. Where's her hair? If anyone wants to recreate this, go ahead, feel free to. I'm sure you can. You just gotta look at these images, I guess, and figure out how to recreate it with stickers and stuff, and or maybe there's the pieces in the game that you can use to recreate it, and we can put this on Carmella as an alternate attire. We also got a leftover Mandy Rose attire for some reason. This one here looked pretty finished, even on the model, so I don't know why this is not in the game, but again, same thing. If you want to recreate this, go ahead and look at the images, and maybe you can recreate it with clothing parts that are already in the game, or stickers that you guys can download and add to the game. There's also a leftover Drew McIntyre attire. This one here definitely is not finished. As you can see, it's sort of clipping through the clothing parts. Yeah, and even the back side of the trunks is definitely showing some clipping issues. So this one here, I can't even tell what it's supposed to be because of all the clipping issues. But yeah, this is also Drew McIntyre alternate attire. And finally, before I end the video off with the entrances, we were gonna have the Fiend in this game. Yes, that's right. The Fiend was gonna be in 2K22, and there actually was gonna be a MyRise storyline tied to it. I know it sucks. It sucks hearing that and knowing that we're not gonna get that. But yeah, there was a hidden Funhouse arena found, cut from a MyRise storyline. As you can see right here, you would have fought the Fiend in the Funhouse. How cool would that have been, having the Funhouse as a backstage arena? You know, like we had the compound as an arena in 2K19, and that was awesome playing. Imagine having the Funhouse arena. Man, I can't believe we lost that. Obviously, again, like I said, modders, I'm sure can recreate this, but don't expect console players to be able to play it, unfortunately. But as you can see, we had the Fiend right there and the Funhouse arena. We also had some Funhouse puppets that were going to be in the MyRise storyline, and that just sucks that we missed out on this. The reply is literally how I feel right here by Chase. We could have had the Fiend in MyRise and then screaming at the phone. Exactly my reaction. And these models are great. This would have been really cool to see how it would have turned out in MyRise as a storyline. But fortunately, we're never going to see that. We're never going to see it. And we also have some data mine dialogue of what would have been said between Bray Wyatt and your MyRise character. Go ahead and pause the screen to read this, but if you want to read the whole thing, a link in the description for it. It's suffice to say we would have had a really cool MyRise storyline involving the Fiend. And finally, to end all the cut content of the Fiend, it looked like the Fiend was gonna be in a My Faction pack, the Payback pack right here. As you can see, the Fiend's on it, as well as Shayna Baszler and Rey Mysterio. And before you ask, no, the Fiend is not coming to My Faction in the future. Okay, What's the Status tweeted that out. He is not coming to My Faction in the future. It was just cut content that was data mined. The Fiend is not a DLC pack, okay? Now to end the video off, I'm going to show you guys 3 other entrances that were data mined for My Faction characters that didn't make it into the game. We have Mankind right here.
Oh, for the love of... The following contest is scheduled for 1
making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 287 pounds, Mankind!
One of my finest moments was calling this man's WWE Championship win. I said it then, and I still mean it today. Mankind has achieved his dream and the dream of everyone else who's been told you can't do it.
And that dream continues to this day.
We have Farook 98 with the whole domination theme song.
The leader and the ruler of the nation of domination. One of the baddest men walking the planet Earth.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Warner Robins, Georgia, weighing in at 275 pounds, Farook.
There was no doubt that Farook would be a champion in WWE. A former WCW champion, he just jumped to the main event when he came here.
And Farook is now set to dominate WWE by any means necessary.
One of the toughest brawlers in the history of WWE.
College football Hall of Famer at Florida State University. Spent time playing professional football and, of course, a smash mouth attitude to match.
And finally, we have Old Man Ric Flair. And now I'm sure there's more that's going to be dynamite and shown, but it's really weird how Old Man Ric Flair was not even in the game to begin with, because we saw he was like one of the first face scans in the trailer. So it's kind of weird how he wasn't in the game, but looks like he is in the game. You just have to dynamite him.
16-time champion, 2-time Hall of Famer, and the one and only Nature Boy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair!
Nature Boy walking that aisle like only he can. Custom made from head to toe.
A man who transcends sports, entertainment, and pop culture. There is only one Nature Boy. The dirtiest player in the game.
The epitome of an all-time great. Never looked better.
Enjoy the rest of the background match if it's still going on. If not, then I'll catch you guys next video. Fatal Steven out. Stay proper. Peace.
Look at this brutality. This is how you torture your opponent.
Oh my God, this is hard to watch.
Just mounted with punches and not, oh, a nasty stop to finish it off. Oh yeah, she is really getting fired up.
Ooh, she'd had enough of that.
Bang! Vicious boot.
She re-enters the ring now. Oh, what are they doing here? All the way out. Sit-out board buster.
Evading offense. Oh, look at this wicked striking ability. Turn out the lights. Stomping down. Wait a minute, setting in. the second rope.
Oh, look at this hanging arm bar. Great way to break your opponent's arm.
Sent into the corner.
Oh, God. And able to counter. Oh, look at the kicks right to the midsection. Boom. 3. Oh, quite an effective counter. Rocked with the point of the elbow.
Setting it up. Thunderous clothesline.
I think I know what this superstar's going for.
A muscle buster.
Goodness, we could have a new champion.
Makes a cover.
2, 3. Yes, we have a new champion.
Here is your winner and the new Raw Women's Champion, the Superstar.
Truly a huge win for this superstar, or should I say, for the new champion.
Honestly, Michael, there is no way I can think to describe this other than absolute goosebumps.
Then imagine how the new champ must feel, Byron.